Hello and welcome back to another episode of me messing about with a Mazda. As they say, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So tonight we're in the workshop getting the car ready for its next outing. When we were last out at Brands, we developed a few issues. They need sorting out before we can get back on the track. The first thing I need to sort out is the exhaust. It was blowing and got worse and worse and worse, so we'll take a look at that. So let's get the garage open, get the car in and get the work underway, because in just 2 weeks' time, I'm out putting the car through its paces again. Something very different to what I'm used to, but I need the car ready to go. So let's get to it. So the first thing I want to look at is the exhaust and see why it's blowing. I did put a decap pipe on, it could be something to do with that. So let's get under the bonnet, check it out and see if we can make a plan. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of as much stuff as possible that we don't need. The airbox, the water bottle, the tin plate covering the manifold is all going to go, so we can have a good look down the engine bay and see if we can see what the problem is. And just like that, we've got a really good view on what's going on down here. Get the torch out, take a look. So you can see now much clearer the access. So let's have a look, see if we can see what is causing the exhaust blowing. Yes, I can see the problem. We've got a broken gasket, so we will need to replace it. We can take the manifold off, go from there. Got the manifold unbolted from the pipe which we put on. It was blowing, so we definitely had an issue there. We're going to take the manifold off and see if I can find a problem with it, and then we'll make a plan, get it sorted out. So these nuts might need a bit of heat to get them off, but we'll just see, test the water first. I don't want to go over the top. Oh, this one's going. Oh, that one's okay. Surprisingly, I don't want to force it because I don't want to cause extra work. So if they're not going to go, I'd rather get the heat out. I think I could probably yank these and see what happened, but the last thing I want to do is cause extra work. I might put a short socket on, get some heat out. When you get stuck or you get a bolt that won't come undone, heat is your friend. Okay, it is fair to say that this has not been easy so far. Some of the studs have come out, but I'm lucky that nothing snapped. We needed a bit of heat to get them going. Some GT85 as well, penetration spray, WD-40, anything like that will do. I've got the last one to get out now, and that should be the old manifold out. So there you go, there's the old manifold. We've got it out in the end. I have found the issue as well, which is always nice. You can see this stud here is bent, so the seal between the manifold and the centre section was never going to be perfect. If you haven't got a good seal, it's not going to work. So we couldn't get it done up properly because of the bent stud, and that is what caused the blowing. Due to the issue with the stud, we didn't mess about. We decided to put on a new Gravity Performance manifold. I'll drop a link down below where I got that from. Come with a new gasket, so put that on, and then it was just a case of reversing what we did to take it off, bolted it all back up into place. So new manifold all fitted, all done, and I just wanted to run through a few key points with you if you did want to attempt this yourself. So there she is, all in place. Fairly straightforward job overall. One thing to note is the EGR pipe. You will need a 22mm nut to get on that, and if the angle of the pipe coming off of the manifold is slightly different to what you've had before, then you might need to just bend the EGR pipe into position, which is what I had to do. Just be really careful. And then I also had to release some nuts at the back which held the EGR pipe on. Get them released, tweak the pipe, and you'll get it back on. There she is, turning a nice colour with a bit of heat, looking cool. We've still got an exhaust blowing. I'm hoping it's just a quick fix where I haven't done something up properly. I'm pretty sure it's not going to take too long to rectify, but let's get to it. Okay, so if we have a look under the car, this joint here that's now leaking because I had the front jacked up and I couldn't really get to it. I thought I got on it okay, but I think this is the culprit. Pretty sure, well I'm hoping at least, we're all good down that end. So let's have a little look, get this undone, maybe get it up better, and then go from there. So good news, no more leakage on the exhaust system. All better. So all that was that connection there, which I couldn't really get to last night, and I was rushing to get home. So now the exhaust is done, we look at the brakes. We did change the brake pads last night as well. A friend of mine kindly come over, gave me a hand, jumped on the brakes. We've got a little issue with the rear brakes. Got rear brakes now. Fronts are easy, pretty straightforward. Nice simple job. Backs do require a little bit more messing about with. There's a manual adjuster in here that you need to make sure you get right. So I'm going to show you that now. It's fairly straightforward, but it's important that it's done correctly. So I'll get into that. Get these rears done, get the wheels bolted on, all good. At the background here, I've already loosened it. There's a nut which you need to remove. You got the nut out. There's an Allen key that goes into the hole. Do it up tight. You want to come back quarter of a turn, and that should be what we're looking for. Put the nut back on, all good. It has been a while since I've done anything to the car, to be honest, because I've been busy. We've been away testing with my eldest, who races junior road tax. If you want to know more on that, drop any comments you've got about the karting side of things in the comments section below. One thing I do need to get done is my tyres. So I'm heading now to a friend of mine who's got a tyre garage, who's going to hook me up with some new tyres for my next track day. We're going to stick with the Accelera 651 Sports because they work pretty well at Brands Hatch, but I do need 2 new ones. So we'll get those organised, get them on, and that's another job ticked off the list. Well, here we are a couple of days later after making that trip over to get the tyres fitted. Unfortunately, they forgot to order them, so that's 2 hours of my life. I'm not going to get back, but we won't dwell on it because I did manage to order some Accelera 651 Sports online at Tyre Street. T-I-R-E Street. Excellent service, next day delivery. I'll put a link in the video now. I will definitely be using them in future for my tyre orders. Dorset Tyre Services, a mobile tyre fitting company, local to me, coming over in a second. They're going to put these on the rims for me, get them on the car, and then we're all set. So let's just talk about these 651 Sports. I've not actually tried anything different yet, but like I said, they performed quite well at Brands Hatch. What's not broke doesn't need fixing. And you can see that the tread pattern here is quite different to what you'd normally see on a road tyre. much more surface contact with the track or the road. They're a directional tyre, so we've got these grooves for the rain to disperse, and also on a race tyre you're going to have a softer compound, so you're going to be able to move the tyre a little bit more than probably on a road going tyre as well, which is going to give you a bit more grip out on the circuit. So we'll get these fitted, we'll be good to go for a few more miles. So thank you very much to Dorset Tyre Services for coming down and getting my tyres fitted, ready to go again. That is finally that job ticked off the list. Now the list of jobs for this car is never ending, and I've only got a few more days until we're out again. So with that in mind, I've probably only got time just to get the induction kit fitted that arrived yesterday. So stay with me whilst we get that done, and then we'll be loading up, ready for our next day in the Mazda. Right then, induction kit time. Let's have a little look what's in the box. It's a Lorenza induction kit. And let's have a little look, see what we've got in here. So the kit contains the tube, the air filter, some connection pipes, and a selection of Jubilee clips. So let's get this on, see what it does. So the first thing I need to do is remove the old one. Take the airbox off, and that's about it. The rest is just plugs, and it should be quite a straightforward job. Right, so let's get this old one off. Shouldn't be too difficult. 10mm. Get that undone. Yeah, 12mm holding that on. That's undone. And we've got a 12mm bolt this side. Just down here, look. That's where you need to get to. That's a bolt, the other one's a nut. Undone. 10mm on here. Get that undone. Taking this pipe off of there as well, so that went on there. Got that out of the way. Let's put it there for a minute. This section here has to remain, so that will be set into the new section. So pop that off. We've unplugged this out of here. We just need to unplug it. To unplug it, you just press this down, pulls it out. Take the old airbox out. There's the filter that we ran at Brands Hatch. And then this is undone as well, so this should easily come out of place. So yeah, we've undone that. And that there is the old system off. And now we need to find a way of popping this into place. So we've taken it off the car. The old airbox and air filter has been removed. We're going to put on this new induction kit now. I'm going to put it all together on the bench, then we're ready to put it straight onto the car. So we've got the air tube. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't officially know what it's called. Someone in the comments will tell me. I expect. Make sure your Jubilee clips are on, ready. You want to put it all together again and then take it off because you haven't put your Jubilee clips on. So make sure they're all in place. And I like to be neat and just make sure they're all up the right way as well. It's not really important, but it matters to me. So this Jubilee clip will clamp this into position. This Jubilee clip will hold the new rubber to the pipe. Then we've got the new air filter cone. That's going to go on this. And again, all the Jubilee clips will be facing in the right direction, just so it looks neat and tidy under the car. Then we've got a Jubilee clip going on here. This is going to hold the pipe into place. Now, because I would lose my head literally if it wasn't screwed on, I lost a bracket that the induction kit comes with, so I've had to make one so it's supported and doesn't wobble around so much. Luckily, I've got a go-kart track and this bracket is off of a go-kart, so I've just drilled an extra hole and that'll do the job. It's actually a little bit more substantial than the one it comes with. And said that, I'm still really annoyed that I lost the original bracket. So don't lose the bits and it'll be easier. So there we go, all on and in place. I'm just going to check that all the Jubilee clips are done up, which they are. Plugged in, we retained this, as I said, and then the second sensor pushes into the hole here. The pipe is in position, my homemade bracket doing its job, that's not going anywhere. We'll see if this, along with the performance manifold and the decap pipe, give us any more performance when we're next out. So that is everything that we had time to do before we're out again, which is only tomorrow. We've got new pads all the way around, new rubber on the rear, better rubber on the front. We've mended the exhaust leak and fitted a new performance downpipe too. Finally, we had time to fit that induction kit, so we'll see with all of those modifications and repairs if it's made the car any better. Some of you might have noticed that there's also a new hard top on the car. We'll be removing the soft top underneath to make the car lighter and increase performance that way too. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to do that yet, so as it stands, we've got the soft top underneath with the hard top over the top. I don't think it's going to make a massive difference for what we're doing tomorrow. There's a few jobs we didn't get to do, they'll just have to wait until another day. It's time for me to get loaded up. Everything we get up to will be on the next video, so remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
But here comes level!